All right, Teresa, over to you.
Thank you, Jason. Well, new changes are happening to your health insurance in the next year. And here to explain is Craig Gusson of Auerbach and Gusson Insurance. Good morning, Craig.
Good morning,
to see
Teresa.
you.
Good to see you.
All right, so much to discuss. And I'm sure many of our viewers are thinking, oh, no, I got to get the health insurance right now. So we're talking about for those who do not have health insurance right now,
Right.
some who may be losing their health insurance, and then we'll be discussing Medi-Cal and Medicare. But first, right now is the busy time of the year. It's the holidays, and many are not thinking about now this is
Right.
enrollment time as well.
It's enrollment time for pretty much everybody. I would say 75% of the people living in California are thinking about their health insurance because Medicare has open enrollment that ends December 7th. Individuals have open enrollment that started November 1st and ends December 31st if you want a January 1st effective date. Most of the businesses like KUSI is having open enrollment pretty soon. So everybody's thinking about their health insurance, and what they need to think about is, okay, what am I doing next year? Am I going to have a surgery? Am I going to maybe think about maybe a family thinking we're going to have a baby in 2023? Maybe you had a great plan last year because you had something happen. Is it time now to relook at your insurance? Are you taking a new prescription? And if you are, why? And are you starting to see doctors more often because maybe you found out you're diabetic or some other condition and you're going to see the doctor a lot? Those are the kind of things we talk about. I've had clients call me up and go, I got cancer and I'm taking this medication and it's like $10,000 a month. What do I do? And I say, well, what I tell you to do is reach out to a pharmaceutical company that makes it and see if they can give you like a coupon where you pay $10 a month for the prescription. Speaking of prescriptions, I always pay cash for mine. Walmart, Costco, Vons. I pay cash sometime at $3 for a 30-day supply of a generic prescription. A lot of things you can do. Our job is to educate people on what to do. We're outside looking in. And, you know, I'm spending my whole year helping people. We get calls all year long, and it costs nothing to use a health insurance agent. We're like the doctors in the hospital. We get paid by the insurance company. So to us, we just want to find the best plan for you. Do you want an HMO? Do you want a PPO? Do you have a certain doctor? If you say, hey, I love Sharp, I love Scripps, I love Kaiser, I can put you right into that plan. We can get you inexpensive plans like you and I talked about a few minutes ago. I can have a woman who goes in and has a baby and comes home the next day with the baby and pay $500 to have the baby because they picked a plan that only charges you X amount of dollars for every day you're hospitalized. So things like that is what you want to think about. Plan for next year, Medicare. You have to December 7th to make a decision. And prescriptions, a lot of prescription plans for Medicare, the rates have gone up. They've doubled, they tripled. So we get these phone calls going, I was paying $10 a month and now it's going up to $70. What do I do? Give me a list of your prescriptions. We're going to look at it and figure out which plan is best for you that will cover all your prescriptions. We talked about some of the law changes. The big one was it just got passed in July of 23. If the company you work for goes on strike and they say, hey, you're losing your health insurance, you can automatically go to Covered California and they're going to give you the highest subsidy that you can get based on you're making a couple of dollars more than what Medi-Cal ends. And you can get health insurance for almost nothing.
These are great tips, but
Yeah.
a lot of people are struggling with employment right now, whether they do not have a job, whether they're working part-time or full-time, and maybe can't afford health insurance. What are some penalties? Because people need to get the health insurance.
They
Either
do.
you get it through employment or your individual health insurance.
It's $800 for an adult, $400 for kids. So what we recommend is, let's say you're making $25,000 a year, you're going to get a great subsidy from Covered California. I met with a woman last week. She was making $85,000 a year, and because of the extended subsidies that the government gave, we got her a $77 subsidy, even though she was making $85,000 a year. So there's a lot of money out there that you can get from Covered California based on your income to help pay for your insurance. Let's say that you're married with 2 kids and you got insurance from work, your spouse has insurance from the work, but to add the kids is really expensive. Well, if you got to pay more than 9.12% of your income for health insurance, it's unaffordable. The kids can go to Covered California and get a subsidy. So a lot of different things, and that's what we do. We're going to ask you, Teresa, a ton of questions to find out When you go to the doctor, do you like Scripps doctors, Sharp, Kaiser? If you tell me that, I'm going to look at a plan that basically only allows you to use them, but we're going to bring your premium down maybe in half. And it's the education of, let's talk about what you're trying to do. And that's what we do all day long, sometimes 5 days a week, but during open enrollment, it can be a lot more. Because again, everybody right now is looking at their health insurance.
You're
so.
right.
People would spend more time planning their vacation than looking at their health insurance.
You are absolutely right. Craig Gusson,
yeah.
I really appreciate your time. Thank you for the tips. And a good takeaway from this, thinking about the next year with health insurance, is plan ahead. I didn't even think of that. So
yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us and educating us on this.
My pleasure. Good to see you.